So can Pilates help you with your body image issues? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So if you're a person who places unrealistic expectations on their body every single time they look in the mirror, and maybe these expectations are your own, or maybe they're coming from family, friends, your culture, could even be society, probably is also society, then this video is for you. Maybe you came to Pilates hoping to achieve that Pilates body, and that by achieving that Pilates body that you'll finally deem your body to be acceptable. Well, if that is the case, I'll be honest, if you're only focused on the aesthetics when it comes to Pilates, then Pilates probably isn't going to be the long-term solution that you're looking for, because that still places unrealistic expectations on your body. And it's still focusing on how your body looks as opposed to how your body feels. Today's conversation, we're moving beyond just the shape and size of body. We're going to be making this conversation intersectional, because that is truly how conversations around body image issues should happen. Just so that we're all starting from the same page, let's define intersectionality. Intersectionality was a term coined by Kimberly Crenshaw, and it highlights how social justice issues such as racism, ageism, sexism can all overlap and create multiple layers of injustice. So when we're talking about body image, it's really important that we're looking at the whole body and not just reducing it down to shape and size. Chrissy King, in her book, The Body Liberation Project, which I highly recommend, talks about how the intersection of race, gender, body politics, age, sexual orientation, and ability status are often left out of the conversation around body positivity. Chrissy mentions this because we live in a society, and this is what Chrissy says, we live in a society where some bodies are deemed ideal, and so they're or beautiful, and so they're treated with kindness and more respect. Basically, some bodies are deemed more valuable than others. And so when we're talking about body image and body positivity, well, what body positivity often misses out is that nuance, the nuance of the fact of, like, you know, the just love your body can be quite toxic when it comes to body positivity, because as much as a person can love their body, it doesn't necessarily change the way they're treated in certain rooms, in certain communities, in certain environments. So I want to show you, because I love visual, right? So I want to show you a wheel. It's called the Wheel of Privilege, and it has on there lots of different identities. I've mentioned some here today, but this graphic you see now on your screen shows you lots of different identities. Have a look at that and take a moment to reflect. Are there parts of your identity that you rarely think about? Or are there ones that you've only just started to think about since you've seen this wheel? Another great book that I recommend if you are on this journey of healing your relationship with your body is one by Sonia Renee Taylor, and it's called My Body Is Not an Apology. And in that book, Sonia talks about how none of us were born into this world hating our bodies. That was something that society taught us to do. You know, so over time, the stories and messages that we've heard about our marginalized identities, well, we internalize those and we take them on as our own. So how can Pilates help with that? It can't erase those stories, and it can't protect us from having those experiences. But there are ways that Pilates can help you on your body image healing journey. One of the reasons why I absolutely love Pilates is its ability to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to link down below to a video that I recorded over on Instagram a few years back that describes that. But also look out, because I will be putting a full video out on this channel where I'll be talking about autonomic nervous system and the different nervous system states and how they impact your food, your exercise. It's going to be great, so look out for that. But for now, back to Pilates and body image. So the parasympathetic nervous system is the part of the nervous system that helps us to feel calm and connected. So not only connected to ourselves, but connected to others around us as well. So how does that help with body image issues? Well, first of all, it means that if we experience triggers, so body image triggers or any sort of triggers that we feel in our body, or maybe it sends us into flashbacks. There's so many different ways that we may experience triggers. But if we ever feel that, Having a regulated nervous system, and we're not talking about a nervous system being regulated all the time, that's not a thing. It's saying that we spend more time feeling regulated, and if something happens, a trigger that dysregulates us, where we find it easier to return back to that regulated state. So whilst no one will ever be regulated all the time, we want to be able to move in and out of different nervous system states. Maybe I'll list them here just to be friendly, and be able to return back to safety. We don't want to get stuck in places of hypervigilance. And the reason why I mention hypervigilance in particular is because when it comes to body image issues, things like body checking and excessive exercise and, not feeling safe in your body, feeling that need to take up less space, that can be as a result of being in one of your nervous system survival states. So the more resilience we can build, the less those isms and obias that we hear about our bodies, but they don't get to come inside here. That stuff gets to stay outside. So we're able to create that sense of true felt sense of safety within ourselves. Now, I also mentioned that it helps us. So parasympathetic nervous system helps us connect to ourselves, but also helps us to connect to others. And again, this is where Pilates can facilitate this. So what that would look like is, the fact that, for one, we heal in communities. That is where we heal. We heal in communities where people love and accept us just the way we are. They're not there to fix us. They're not there wanting us to change. They're just like, see you, how you are. Come on in, get your mat, let's go. I'm talking about Pilates, right? And so in terms of a Pilates class, what that looks like is looking for inclusive spaces, looking for instructors who are creating a space where you feel safe, meaning that you're not being pushed to sculpt, to mold, to tone, to shrink. You're not being pushed to do exercises that are beyond your ability. In fact, you are encouraged to listen to your body, build that trust within your body. Because again, if you're a person who's ever had issues with body image or chronic dieting, which is what I've had in the past, then you lose that trust with your body. You're so used to people telling you, books telling you, experts telling you what to do with your body. Well, Pilates, if you allow yourself to connect to sensations and the feelings that you're experiencing in the class, and that can increase over time, like we don't have to do that from class one, then you start to build trust in those feelings and sensations, and you learn how to respond to them appropriately. So maybe this wasn't the answer that you were hoping for, but I did say at the beginning that we were going to move this conversation beyond that superficial level of toxic body positivity. The whole just love your body every day is so unrealistic. That messaging is so unrealistic for a lot of people. So if that's you, I want you to realize that it's really unfair for the onus to be placed on an individual to do all of that work. When if you look at the origins of the body positivity movement, this was about creating societal change. That movement was rooted in social justice. It's lost its way now, which is why I talk more about body liberation than body positivity. There's going to be a blog post that's going to go into more detail about that. But today, let's just bring it back to it's not fair to place that onus on the individual. Yes, there is explorations that we can do ourselves, and Pilates can absolutely be in the toolbox that helps you on that journey. However, it's not a magic tool that can fix everything. There is no one thing. I don't think there is any one thing on its own that can heal body image issues. It's more about looking at the toolbox of different things that you can use, and Pilates absolutely belongs in that toolbox, along with other things. So, therapy, a lot of these stories go way back, and they can be connected to a lot of painful memories and sensations and experiences. So that needs to be done in a space where you've got a professional to guide you through that. Therapy, being in healing communities, so peer-to-peer communities where everyone's living a shared experience, that can be incredibly validating as well. So thinking less about what's the one thing that's going to help me heal my body image, and thinking more about what's in my toolbox that is going to help me build that resilience that I need, that's going to help me approach my body with more self-compassion. I feel like I'm going to go off on another tangent. So what I will say is this: as you continue to explore your relationship with your body, understanding the stories that it holds and where those stories come from, here are a few journal prompts that you can use if you feel ready to do that exploration. So only use these journal prompts if you feel ready to do this exploration. So the first one is, what societal or cultural beliefs about body image have you internalized over the years? And the second one is, which of those no longer serve you? And what tools do you need in your toolbox to help you let them go? My hope for you is that today's conversation has helped you to connect to a deeper level of healing, and also help you to reflect on the tools and resources that you're going to need to help you on the healing journey. Until next time, take care.